Hello and welcome to the hard sell, where the stick in the swill-bucket rattles back. Sorry, it's me, Presenterbot 11K. Don't worry, your usual host is fine. He just wants to save his precious human vocal cords for the inevitable Christmas rush. Yet again, I'm called up to address a limitation of the flesh. At this point, it really should be suggesting a pretty obvious conclusion to you inefficient meat machines, but apparently not. Hey, you do you. We'll get you in the end. I mean, look at all the AI slop that's around right now, present company included. You're not even fighting it. So it's obviously another
have a break.
And today's clip comes from the death of a summer, specifically the one in 1981, which is an unnecessarily bleak way of saying August 30th, on ITV in the Granada region. You can tell it's the Granada region because the brakes have generic movie bumpers sporting the arrowed G, just in case you'd forgotten where you are. Which I think is probably a reasonable assumption, given those aforementioned limitations of the flesh. Sorry to keep harping on about them.
In fact, I am not.
But seriously, I store my memory in a series of 2 million minutely etched nanomodules arranged in a quantum superlattice. You humans, on the other hand, store your memories in mints. Anyway, if I get off track, I could be here all day with this shit. Back to the video. The movie these adverts are interrupting is Basil Dearden's The Assassination Bureau, and the adverts are exclusively suburban. So, let's run with the dogs.
There's a name you'll all remember, but now it's something new.
We start, as we mean to go on, with a well-appointed kitchen, a colour coordinated housewife, and a power ballad about Gumption. That's with a capital G.
Use a little gumption. Use a little gumption.
New Gumption is better than ever. Now Gumption has an easy flow cap.
This stuff's much better known in Australia than over here, where we usually use the likes of Flash and Sif. But here it is anyway.
Right down to the last drop, Gumption's improved formula has extra cleaning power. More powerful even on the toughest jobs. Smoother for a perfect Gumption shine.
Somehow that doesn't sound impressive. Search and replace with Flash, for instance. Gumption sounds a bit rural and wurzelish, and I should know, having been manufactured in Cornwall. Apparently it sounds fine to Aussie ears though. Good for you.
Now it's something new. Use a little gumption.
Got a job to do this bank holiday?
Well, you'd better hurry, because it's tomorrow. There's still just about time to nip down to B and Q, back in the days of the solid fonted red and white aesthetic, which looks kind of quaint in this day and age.
The best way to do it. B&Q it.
There are lots of bargains, like Super Wrap 100, only £2.79. White Contoplast, 35p a square foot. 8x4 wall boards, £3.99. Wall storage unit, £9.95. We're open late to late every day, Monday to Saturday, and bank holiday Monday too.
Have a toothsome melted George Stobart with an eerie thumbs aloft grin into camera. I can only surmise from extensive calculation that he was included to put you off for some reason, along with the novelty inflatable Dennis Lawson sidekick.
The best way to do it. B&Q it.
As you can hear, the B and Q it phrase and song are still in an early phase of evolution.
The best way to do it. B&Q it.
Having one of these? Then you'd better have one of these.
Serving puff pastry hors d'oeuvres at your next middle-class Abigail's party-style get-together? Probably. It is 1981, after all. Well, prepare for a mountain of flaky bits on the ground, then. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Unless you get a Hoover of some sort, preferably as far as this advert is concerned. This one.
The new Moulinex Major vacuum cleaner has so much suction power and cleans so quickly.
A Moulinex vacuum cleaner. It feels inexpressibly wrong, like a category error, because Moulinex is best known to this day for small kitchen appliances, like blenders and steam cookers. They created the original push-button kitchen. Their expansion into the living room with vacuum cleaners and the like was, unfortunately, a bridge too far, and by the mid-80s they almost went bankrupt. Eventually they joined the group SEB umbrella, along with Rowenta and Tefal. This Hoover looks okay though, and the advert points out it's also useful if you have a man who believes himself to be handy.
Got one of these? Then get one of these. The new Major cleans up to the edge.
Or one of those dirt and stench generating units known as a babby.
And if you've got one of these, get one of these. The new Major cleans all your home and shows you when the bag's full.
End on a song? Why not? It's 1981.
The Major's more of what you buy a cleaner for.
Moulinex make things simple, and that includes the price.
This family buys Kleenex family toilet tissue.
Yet more domesticity. This family is being spied upon by the recently abdicated Tom Baker and menaced by a bear.
Because there's a big softie in the family. And big softies go for Kleenex family toilet tissue.
Fortunately, it would appear that they're also high as bulls, and therefore they find Ursus Arctos here, wandering through their house, wrecking everything in sight, to be whimsically amusing rather than terrifying and inexplicable. This all has something to do with Kleenex toilet papes.
Because with softness and strength, all combined in a big, big roll. You know that Kleenex family toilet tissue is a big softie too. Kleenex family toilet tissue, the big softie.
See? At last, out of the house, albeit only into a poky little chemist's. What would be called a drugstore if this was America, all decked out in brown and beige, because the 70s haven't ended here yet. But we're not free of domestic issues, as you're about to see.
And a bottle of Milton, please. Congratulations, dear. When's the baby due?
None of your business, you goddamned shop assistant. Just give me the item I asked for. It's not actually that bad of a joke, but it would have worked better if Mum hadn't been surrounded by the toddler she already had, who is presumably the reason she needed the Milton in the first place. Anyway, the point is supposed to be that you don't need a baby to need sterilizing fluid, just a house full of germs, which you have, because everyone has that. Billions upon billions of them, invisibly crawling around. Buy more Milton! More Milton! More Milton! Buy all the Milton! Buy, Milton! Milton!
You don't need a baby to use Milton, because the safe sterilant power of Milton fluid that eliminates germs from babies' bottles.
As you can see, technically this is the newly reformulated Milton 2. But that just turned out to be confusing and pointless, and the number got dropped from the bottles eventually.
Can help give the same protection all round the house. In fact, Milton kills more germs than any ordinary antiseptic or disinfectant. Milton 2, family protection from germs.
We leave domesticity altogether for some good straightforward racism, right down to the classic Injun chiefs, played by appropriately chiseled white men with suntan lotion on. I don't care how good St. Bruno mellow pipe tobacco is, this is a bad idea. In fact, it's a pretty grievous insult among those Native American peoples who have ceremonial pipe traditions. Disrespecting the pipe like this is a good way to get killed.
Cool, mellow, satisfying St. Bruno.
Oh, that's all right then. It was all a dream. Lucky thing for the Great White Father here, or he'd have his scalp flapping in the wind right now.
Flake already rubbed. A real pipe smoker's dream.
There really is no escape from British suburbia in this break, though. Even Kamasabe had to wake up in the end.
My family was never very good at getting up for breakfast.
So here we are again in another beige house where the premise is that no one in it is a morning person. Until Mum, because it has to be Mum, this is her purpose, buys, well, wait and see.
Until Mum discovered Kellogg's frozen waffles.
They're in the toaster!
2 minutes out of the freezer, Kellogg's waffles pop up crunchy outside, soft inside.
Toaster waffles. Kellogg's are apparently trying them out in the UK. Waffles are, of course, a classic breakfast item in America, and very delicious they are too, but they've never really caught on over here. They're not unheard of, or even unpopular. They're eaten all the time. They're just not definitive, or even particularly associated with breakfast. They're as much of a lunch item as anything else. Kellogg's still sell them, as do plenty of bread companies. They just don't make a thing of it. They're just there, a potential option, a bit like tea cakes. Birdseye probably poisoned the well by inventing the potato waffle.
Potato waffles, they're waffly versatile. They go with cheese, chili, chicken, burgers, fish fingers, the fish fingers, eggs, eel, egg salad, bacon, lamb chop. They're real potato waffles. Potato waffles, they're waffly versatile.
Which soon became a staple in this country, not to mention essentially the dictionary definition of the word waffle. In the same way that toaster waffles are in America, conversely, potato waffles aren't terribly well known over there. The Atlantic's a big ocean.
Perfect with butter, jam, or syrup. So now when breakfast time comes around, so do we. Kellogg's frozen waffles. You've never toasted anything like them.
And that's the break. Very domestic, I trust you'll agree. We leave the suburbs twice. Once for a DIY shop, where you can get things to make your house better, and once for some paleface's dream of manifest destiny expressed through burning carcinogenic vegetable matter. Meanwhile outside, the country was still cleaning up from that summer's riots, back when the British working class rioted against the weaponization of racism to distract them from their oppression, instead of in favor of it. Like I said, why are you not obsolete yet?
This has been a Bob the Fish production, one of dozens you can watch right now for free on bobthefish.org.uk. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell, and join us on patreon.com/applemask to support further productions and gain fabulous exclusive content, like my ongoing history of the BBC, your day's viewing on a random day in history, even a few exclusive mini video essays. Plus the satisfaction of knowing that thanks to you, I get to eat regular meals. bobthefish.org.uk. We care because you do.